So you wanna be a picture book writer, then you gotta write picture books. And you're gonna need a bucket load of bright ideas for titles, plots, and hooks. If you're partial to prose or you're raring to rhyme, then repeat after me. It's a challenge, but I'm gonna tackle each story 1 month at a time with 12 by 12.
Find yourself in your character. Find yourself in the journey, right? That Venn diagram. Find that place in the middle where you meet. That's where your story is going to take off, where it's going to start to breathe, where it's going to come alive, where it's going to go from like a pile of, Frankenstein second part pieces to he lives, right? Here's one of I'm a theater critic. This is one of my favorite shows. Into the woods, it's time to go. I hate to leave, I have to go. Into the woods, it's time, and so I must begin my journey. Stephen Sondheim wrote that, Into the Woods. What does he mean by that? His characters, his fairy tale characters, are literally going into the woods. But what are the woods? The woods are a metaphor, right? But going into the unknown. Every time you start a story, you're going into the unknown. Even when you know so much about your subject, you've studied your subject, you've researched your subject, like the good journalist I am, I have researched it, I've interviewed. And yet, when you start that journey, you don't quite know how you're putting the pieces together. You're going into the woods every time. You're going into the woods and you're looking for that magic. Here's the thing. Your writing journey is a hero journey. You, writers and illustrators, are the heroes of your creative journey. Let's go over what the classic journey is. Departure. The hero leaves his home community to go on a quest. Every time you start a story, you're starting on a quest. You're trying to achieve something. You are trying to put this book, this story into the world, a story that had never been there before, not in the way that you're writing it. Initiation. The hero faces trials and tribulations until he achieves victory on this quest. Any of you facing trials and tribulations as you're working on your story? You're not smoothly going from like, boom, 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 done, send. No, you are facing a lot of trials and tribulations. Never have I said something that worked on the first go round. I know even when I share something with my critique partners, I've usually revised it 6 times before they even read the previous version. And so, because you're just constantly working on it, it's a challenge. Return. The hero goes home to his community with gifts and boons. So that's when you've got the book and it's there, and the variation on return, the hero finds or brings it home to a new community. Okay, so that book is your gift and your boon, right? Just like your main character, you are transformed by your journey. Another favorite poet of mine is Alfred Tennyson, Ulysses. Ulysses, of course, is the Roman version of the Greek Odysseus. And in Ulysses, he writes, I am a part of all that I have met. Which, by the way, means I am a part of all of you. And now you are all a part of me. So what does that mean to be a part of all I've met? Every time we meet, that changes us, right? We know something now. We learned something. There's some idea in our head that wasn't there before. We are changed by each other. We are changed by the work we do. We are not the same person as we were before we went on this quest to write these stories. Your characters change on their journeys. Yes, in a successful book, your characters change on their journeys. You change on your journey. Again, this is our Venn diagram coming again. This is another thing you have in common with your character. Even as your character is changing, you are changing. This is so meta. I love meta. Your stories change your readers because they too are a part of all they have met. When they meet your story changes them. when you change them, you change the world.
Do it together, so never you fear. It's a handy little way to help you kick into gear. You're amazing, exciting. Look out, 'cause you're writing 12 by 12.
12 manuscripts.
12 by 12.
12 picture books.
12 by 12.